Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Plugin Tut. Today we're looking at the Note plugin. You can get the Note plugin for free at wordpress.org/plugin/Note. And Note allows you to create live front-end editable text widgets anywhere that your WordPress site accepts widgets, right? Anywhere where you can place a WordPress widget, you can use Note to go to the front end and live edit your content. So in this video, we're going to show you how to install that, quick overview on how to use Note and some of the features, and then maybe some advanced features as we go along. So I'm going to switch over to our website and we're going to install Note. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Add New. We're already in the WordPress, I already logged into my WordPress site. So this is the WordPress repo. We're going to go ahead and type the word Note in, search for that. Going to hit Install Now. And installation is super easy. It's a very lightweight plugin, right? So once we hit activate, I'll just show you where the Note options are. There's only one real option in the Note option panel, and that is, or settings panel, that is uninstalled data. So basically, by default, we set that to yes. So when you do uninstall Note, it's going to take out all of the associated data from your database and remove that. There is the option to switch it to no if for whatever reason you want to preserve that preserve that data in the database when you uninstall that. Sort of more of an advanced feature, great for folks who want to make sure that their WordPress database is clean as they remove plugins, or at least we like to think so. Let's take a look at Note in action. So I'm going to go to the front end of our website. This is just an example page. If we were using the WordPress 2015 theme for our business or our blog, like a lot of people do, we're going to show some examples based on that. So I'm going to hit Customize. And traditionally, you might go to your widgets area, your primary sidebar like this, and you might add Note in like this. So you might search for Note, you might add that in there. Again, it's important to know that this plugin is really made for the front end, or to use it, to interact with it in the front end of your website. You can add these in the traditional widgets dashboard in the back end, but manipulating the data, manipulating the content, you do it in the front end. So I've already added it here. Let's go ahead and add some text. And as you can see, I can write an entire paragraph. If I can spell on the front end of my website. Okay, so you can see that's what it's made for. It's made for writing these little notes as we originally intended for, live and visually in front of you in the website, so that you're not sort of alt tabbing and figuring out, hey, what does this look like in the back end versus the front end? Does 10 lines of text look better than 5 lines of text? Who knows? So you can kind of see all this stuff happening as almost in a lightweight page building kind of mentality. We can add images in through Note as well. So if I just click on that, I can add in any image here, and we can add that to any traditional sidebar area that we're adding a widget. So it's great for just adding quick shots of images too, if that's something that you need to do. So we're going to hit save and publish on that. So that's what Note does, visually editing content in a widget on the front end of your website. If you want to take it a step further, so if this were my homepage, like frequent requests that we get is, how do we add sort of these like little services boxes below our homepage content or within our homepage content? If once again, if you're in the customizer and you hover over these areas with Note active, these sidebars, little add sidebar tools show up, and what we'll do is we'll click on that. That'll add the Note widget area. So we'll say yes to that. Then there's this little dotted line that sort of indicates this is a new sidebar. Now you can drop in any widget that you want, any widget that is sort of compatible on the front end in the customizer of WordPress, you can drop in here. So when you hover over this little edit button, this will take you directly to the sidebar. So that just pulls up the sidebar. It's a little quick tool that we added in there for Note. So when you click on that, boom, it loads a sidebar, which is named the page name and then either content before or after. And in this case, we've got the content, we're in the content after, right? So we can quickly add a widget. So we can hit the W and that'll pull up the standard widget bar. Or I can, let me just close out of that. Or I can just go directly to a note widget, right? So I can click on N and that will actually drop in a note widget and ready to go and ready to edit. So traditionally what people want to do is they want to drop in some kind of column. They want to drop in either a couple columns or a couple columns with a couple rows, or just, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 to highlight whatever it might be. Addresses, services, whatever it is, testimonials. But the idea is you can see this placeholder text and it might be something like this. So you might do services 1, services 2, and then some text to help out, right? So you go and you kind of craft these little, you know, either call to actions or service highlights, and you have all the same formatting tools that you would in the editor. So let me just go ahead and center these. A lot of folks tend to center this stuff. And then if you wanted to, you could add some images here. Again, everything is all sort of built with the mindset of you're creating content in the front end so that you can kind of see it all in action. There's no guesswork of does this look good or not when you're sort of building the stuff in the back end. The idea here is that you can quickly add these areas of text and you can kind of see it all coming together so that you know that it's going to look good on your websites. Then you might go a little bit further and just link these. So I don't know, the first page that I see here is Hello World, so I'm just going to link it to that just for example. And same here, Hello World. And you can see that we're using the new WordPress text or link editor there, right? So I'm going to hit save and publish, and that's that. I mean, we've added 2 quick little services areas. This is very much like a lightweight page builder. You don't have a million options to resize everything and sort of drag and drop material around, but you can certainly use this sidebar that we've created with a click of a button and drop in any other widget that is going to be compatible in a theme. So let's just look, for example, the search bar, or the search widget, I should say. So we're going to go ahead and add the search widget in, and I'm going to give it a title, Find Your Stuff. All right. So there is the default WordPress search widget, and it's just loading right in the note sidebar that we have with the note services boxes that we've put up on top. And we can go ahead and add more stuff to this sidebar. So again, as an example, what we do with Note is we have these pre-formatted layouts, and I'm going to explain some other layout options that work in other themes in a minute. But I might be able to do something like, hey, now we want to showcase, you know, a new product, right? So we have this one here. So let's say we call this product number 1. And we give it the 2 columns, media left, content on the right. So basically what we're saying here is you can drop a picture or an image on the left-hand side and put content on the right, much like a traditional sort of product display page. And you can give it multiple rows if you wanted to. So let's just see how this works. I'm going to go ahead and click on an image. I will give it, I don't know, this image for now. And I will say my product. Or, yeah, our product. Should have been, our product is great. Check it out. Right? And then you would do the same thing. You'd probably link this to another page so that, or to the product page so that people can actually see it. And you can go down and continuously add these media left, media right displays as we go down the page. And you can see, again, we're just sort of this lightweight page building experience. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save and publish. And I'm going to go back to change the theme so you can see it react in a different way. So I'm going to go to widgets. I'm actually going to remove those because I don't want them to interfere with the next example. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add in or activate Baton Pro, which is a theme by Slocum Studio or Slocum Themes. So we're going to go ahead and visit the site, and we can see that we already have a note widget here. And I'm going to get that out of the way so I can show you something from the beginning here. So here's our home page. And when I add a note widget to the home page here, you'll see it react a little bit different. And the Note plugin can work with a lot of Slocum themes, of course, and we've sort of made the baton theme so that it can actually pick up on some note styling that isn't otherwise offered in other themes. But if you take a look, Hero 1 and 2 are now active. So if I go ahead and click on Hero 1, for baton specifically, we'll have this big hero image that comes up that we can use to write in a message. So I might just do something like this one. This is our hero text. Highlight that. And then I'll do like tagline text goes here. Okay. And also highlight that as well. Or change that to white. Okay. So that's sort of the hero display. And again, you have multiple heroes to select from. And I'm going to add in another note widget so you can see our features. And you can see when we click on the features to display the features, you see this placeholder text here, and it just sort of gives you this snapshot view of, hey, look, here's what this features widget should look like. And if you wanted to, you could bump up to 2 rows. If you have, 8 features, you can switch the columns around to three columns and 2 rows like we have in this example. And you just fill this out. The idea is, the styling is already there. So the words or the font size are already adjusted in this particular size. You can go ahead and modify that if you wanted to, but we're just giving you, the best text examples that we possibly can. It's got the little color line below that to sort of style that. The widget title is already styled. So just giving you sort of this template to run with. And you can go ahead and, continue to fill all this stuff out, link it up, and do all that fun stuff. Now, one last example of the baton theme is a standard WordPress theme. You can add those note widgets before the content and after the content, right? Inside the page content. With Baton, what we've done is allowed you to add in the widget areas or the note widget areas even before the page begins and then after the page content begins. So not inside the content, but outside of the content, above and below. So if this were a product page, let's say, you could come in here, add a note widget, drop in, let's say, the Hero 2, right? And let's say that, on sale today only, save 30%, right? So you could put this hero widget just on this page above the content so that it's loading above the content, right? So let me just finish this off by going like this. And I'm going to make it really obnoxious and make it red and then save and publish. Right, so now on just this sample page, this hero image loads specifically for here, right? So we're very much about this page building experience that is per page and focused on not taking over the entire site. So you won't see this on every single page. You won't have all the options on every single page. You just go to a page and you say, I want the sidebar created above or below, add these widgets here, and you're done. As opposed to other page building experiences, which is, it encompasses the entire site. Every page that you go to or post that you go to has the question, do you want to style this page? Do you want to design this page? Do you want to create new layouts for this page? With Conductor and Note, we try to approach things a little bit differently. We're just going per page and saying, look, people don't want all the stuff loading on every single page. You tell it what page to load on, and that's it. So that's a quick example of Note. That's, again, if I'm going to show you how to uninstall it, really, really simple here. Let's go to plugins, install plugins, deactivate, and delete. And this will delete all the files and data. And that's how you remove Note, right? So it's adding it is super easy, using it is fairly easy, and then uninstalling it is fairly easy. That's Note. That's wordpress.org/plugins/Note. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give this video a like. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks, everybody.